Hey, what's up guys? It's Vatonage. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I'm showcasing my new add-on, Basic Machinery. So this add-on is kind of like Advanced Machinery, but way better. And it works with Advanced Machinery if you want to use both of them at the same time. But the power system is different, so you can't use the same power. You'll have to use different power generators and stuff. Before we get started, make sure you enable these experimental settings, including this one down here, experimental mowing features. This is a new experimental setting that I'm using for this add-on, so make sure you enable that and these four as well. And it should work fine. If you're having issues, make sure you're on the latest version and not on the betas. It might work on the betas, I don't know. And if you need to learn more about this add-on, or if I don't explain something fully, you can go on my website and there's like a wiki page that you can search up any machine on here and it'll tell you everything about it. But yeah, I'm going to go over a quick overview of how to use everything, and I'll start with the recipes and just explaining what each thing does. So this is a block breaker, and it'll just break the block in front of it. And it takes power, obviously. And then there's a powered fisher. This will generate fishing items, and when it's placed above water, and it uses power. This is a gas condenser. This is a really late game thing. It's pretty difficult to understand, but it'll turn steam into water, and it'll turn carbon gas into coal, and it doesn't require power, so you don't need power for this one. And then there's a steam generator. This will generate power from water. And then there's a solar panel. This will just generate power passively. I think it takes like 20 seconds to generate one, so it's really slow. But if you just want free power, this is a good thing to go to. And then there's a quantum miner. This works just like the void miner in Advanced Machinery. It'll produce random ores whenever it gets power. This is a power cable. Yes, there are cables now, so you can connect your machines with cables, and it works just like Java mods. I'll show you how to use them. It's amazing. I can't believe I got this to work. And then there's a powered furnace. This will generate, this will turn ores into ingots, and it'll turn cobblestone into stone, and it uses power. And it's like a conveyor as well. It's kind of cool. I'll show you how to use that. And then there's a, oh, and also this also produces carbon gas. If you put a gas pipe above it, whenever it gets powered, it'll produce a carbon gas. But that's for advanced stuff, and you don't have to take the gas. You can just leave it and it won't do anything. And then there's a fluid cable for transporting water or lava. There's a lava generator, which generates power from lava. There's a fluid tank, which stores water or lava. There's a crusher that will turn cobblestone into gravel, and gravel into sand. And then there's just a conveyor, which moves items. There's a cobblestone generator, which will produce cobblestone from power. There's a battery which can store 8 power, and then there's a gas cable which transfers steam or carbon gas. There's a drill which will just mine blocks below it. There is a coal generator, and this generates power from coal, and that's basically everything so far. I plan on adding more machines in future updates. I just wanted to release this and showcase it because it is really cool. Yeah, so let me go into creative really quick and I'll show you some of the machines. So let's start out simple. I'll show you how to use the quantum miner. So you'll need a miner and some power cables, and you will need you'll probably want conveyors to store the items, and you'll need some way to produce power, so I'll just use a solar panel. And if you want, you can use a battery, and I'll show you what that does. So a battery, this is the input, and this is the output. You can tell by the arrows it's pointing in, and it's pointing out. and you can hook up cables like this, and it'll you don't need like super long cables, it'll work fine. And I'll hook up some solar panels to this, and it takes like 20 seconds for a solar panel to produce power. And I'll also do a quick thing over here. So how everything works is it will, let me just use a coal generator and some coal. So as you can see, when I placed the coal in there, it generated a power. And this thing is like, you can connect it to a machine and it'll activate it. So if I just put a quantum miner right here, once it connects to it, it'll take up the power and generate a random ore like that. And as you can see over here, this battery, it stores the power. Whenever it gets a power, it goes up by 1. And if I put a quantum miner right here, it'll take out all that power and turn it into ores. So yeah, that's how that works. It's pretty cool. And then I'll go back to this thing. So as you can see back here, this is a weird machine. You can only take the power out from the back. But most machines you can do it from any side and it should work. But for this one specifically, you can only take it out from the back. And if you like have a conveyor with coal on it, then it should work fine. It'll just connect to it and generate power, and you can hook up a battery if you want. And yeah, that's how that works. And next, I'll show you how to use the drill. So down here's the drill. This thing is like a quarry kind of. It will mine all the blocks below it like that. It doesn't mine bedrock, but it works a lot better on like a normal world. So it doesn't really showcase it very well on the super flat. But if you use it on a normal world, it'll just mine all the way to bedrock and collect all the items for you. So yeah, that's pretty useful in just normal worlds, but on a skyblock it might not be useful unless you're in the nether. And then next, I'll show you how to use... I guess I can show you the powered fisher. This will just generate fishing items as long as it's above a water source block. So as you can see, it's just generating fish and stuff, and you can hook up a conveyor to pick up everything, and you can just put like a hopper and a chest if you want just under it, and it'll pick up everything. And then next we have a cobblestone generator. So the cobblestone generator basically will just produce cobblestone whenever it gets power. And let's expand this out a little bit so that we get more power. And do not like use this many solar panels. Use a different power source if you're actually playing this in survival, because solar panels are really bad. But yeah, so I'll also show you how to use the crusher. So whenever a piece of power goes into the generator, it produces 1 cobblestone. And let's make some more power over here. And I can hook it up to a battery. You don't have to use batteries, but it's just good to have a power buffer. And then over here, we can hook up the crusher right there. And as you can see, it has a red dot right there. That means it doesn't have any power. So if we hook up power to it, it turns green and everything goes out the other side. So we can just use a conveyor over here and a hopper to pick it up. And this will turn the cobblestone into gravel, and then it'll go in the hopper. And if you want, you could even turn it into sand by doing it twice, and you also need to power both of them. And now we're getting sand. So there's not really anything you can do with sand with this add-on alone. You'll have to use advanced machinery as well to produce, to use a sieve. But I might add an auto sieve to this one in a future update. And let me clear out my inventory really quick. So next we can do I'll show you how to use an auto smelter. or an auto-powered furnace. So I'll need a conveyor belt and a quantum miner. Okay, so basically how this works is whenever the quantum miner gets powered, it'll produce a random ore, and you can hook it up with a conveyor belt to go into here, and as long as this has power, it will smelt the ores and put them out on the other side, and you can use a hopper or something to pick it up. But it doesn't double ores. I might add a way to double ores in the future. It only gives you 1 for each. So it's not super efficient, but it smelts ores and cobblestone. So it's pretty useful if you want to smelt stuff, and yeah. Okay, next is I'll show you how to use... Oh, one more thing about this. As you can see, there's like a green indicator up here. This means it can use a gas cable. And you don't need to use a gas cable if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can hook it up like this, and whenever it gets powered, it'll produce 1 carbon gas, and as you can see, it's going through the gas cable just like that. And if you use a gas condenser, then you can produce coal as well for free. As you can see, it just generated some coal, and if you want, you can hook it up to like a coal furnace and you can get some free power. So yeah, it's just a free resource that you can get along with the smelting. So yeah, it's pretty useful, I guess. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. It's not really that useful, actually. I might add more uses for the carbon gas in the future, but that's the only thing you can use it for right now. And then next, I'll show you how to use some fluids. So I'm going to get a fluid pump and a fluid cable and a lava generator for later. And we also need power, and I'll grab a battery and some solar panels. And the solar panels work at night, by the way, so let's hook all this up. Okay, so let's put a battery here, and so how the fluid pump works is if there is water below it, then it'll produce water, and if there's anything but water below it, then it'll produce lava. So if we connect some fluid cables like this, then once we get power, they'll go inside of the cables. And let me also get a bucket. So as you can see, we generated 1 lava right here and 1 water, and you can pick them up with a bucket from the cable if you want. And you can also store them inside of a fluid tank just like this, but you can only input the fluids from the top. So you put the cable and put them in from the top, and as you can see, it stores in here, and you can use a bucket to take stuff out or put stuff into these. And if you want to take stuff out, you can't do it from the side, you have to do it from the bottom, and it'll take the liquid out from the bottom. And you can use this to power a lava generator if you want, just like that, and that'll produce power. And you can also power a steam generator with water. So if there's water, it produces power from the steam. And steam also, the steam generator also produces gas. So if you hook up a gas cable, you can take some gas out like that. And if you use a gas condenser, then you can turn the gas into water again. So as you can see, it just turned that gas into water, and I can just hook it up over here. So with this, it basically makes it so you can fully automate this generator. So here's the output for the power. So as you can see, it generates steam, and the steam goes into here, and then it turns into water just like that, and then the water goes back into here. So this is a completely passive power source if you want to use that. And this is also passive as well, but it requires power back here for the pump. And you don't need this for the lava generator. So this is a passive lava generator. It uses a power source back here for the pump to generate lava, and then the lava goes into the lava generator. And this is probably the fastest way to generate power because there's just so much lava in here, and you can use a lot of lava generators if you wanted to, just like this. And you can hook up a battery to store more power. And yeah, as you can see, that's all working. But over here, this is much smaller, and it's completely passive, so this is another alternative if you want passive power. And as you can see, this battery is full, so I can add another battery if I want, and it'll transfer all the power over. And this one's full as well, so we can do that. And yeah, that's basically all the fluid and gas. I think that's basically it for the add-on right now. I don't really have much else to show. Yeah, that's everything. So I plan on adding more machines. So I guess there's still the block breaker, but I plan on adding a lot more to this still. It's just in a beta. It's the first release. So, oh yeah, it breaks from that side, so you can place it like this. And sometimes the cables do this. It's just a visual glitch, so yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically it for this add-on. If you have any ideas for machines I should add or some features you want to see and stuff, then you should let me know in the comments. But I think this is really awesome. Like, I did not think it was even possible to make power cables, but I figured it out. And if you want to make an expansion add-on for this, then you can try and figure out how the code works, and you can make an expansion add-on just like advanced machinery expansion or industrial machinery. And you can add your own machines as long as you don't like take the entire code and stuff. And if you want to make an expansion, make it so players have to download this add-on as well. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this add-on. It was a lot of fun to make it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.